Great project management comes from clarity, not just tools. In the age of project management software, from Trello to Jira, Notion to Asana, a common paradox emerges. The more tools we have, the messier the project sometimes becomes. The issue isn't with the tools themselves, but with the fact that great project management is not about features, but about clarity. Clarity in thinking, roles and processes. Not just task boards, but shared goals, transparent expectations, and coherent collaboration flows. So what truly defines an excellent project manager? Is it the tools or the clarity of thought? Tools help track work, but only clarity moves it forward in the right direction. Projects don't fail from lack of tools, but from lack of clarity on who does what, why, and to what end. In a modern organization, chaos in project management rarely stems from a lack of tools. In reality, many companies implement multiple platforms, task managers, KPI dashboards, messaging apps, document hubs. But the more tools, without a unified way to use them and a shared goal, the greater the confusion. Employees don't know where to look, whom to report to, or what really matters. Actions become reactive instead of proactive. A great project manager doesn't start by picking the best tool, but by asking, what clarity do we need? They intentionally define collaboration flow, clarify roles, who makes final decisions, who supplies data, who tracks progress. Then, tools support the process, they don't define it. Because a powerful tool in a vague system only gives chaos a prettier interface. Meanwhile, clarity, even if drawn on a whiteboard or sticky notes, can drive effective action if it makes visible who does what, in what order, for what reason. This is the true root of effective project management. Not doing more, but understanding deeper. Many projects don't fail during execution, they fail from the outset, when no one truly understands the shared goal. This is especially common in cross-functional teams, where departments have different languages, standards, and priorities. Without a unified clarity of what success means, everyone interprets it differently. Engineers may focus on completing systems, marketers on product launch imagery, finance on budget. No one is wrong, but all may be misaligned. This lack of conceptual focus derails projects, even with precise tracking tools. A great project manager holds the lighthouse of clarity, reiterating goals, testing alignment, and anchoring everyone to a shared definition of success. This is the role of leadership, not just tracking progress, but safeguarding meaning. Clarity doesn't appear by default, it emerges from repetition, feedback, and refinement. And that's what separates a project with timelines from one with true value. Clarity is not just documentation, it is a shared state of awareness. Many organizations assume they've established clarity because they have job descriptions and process charts. But real clarity only exists when each person understands not only their task but also how others' tasks relate and connect. This is especially vital in agile environments, where small shifts in one area affect the entire workflow. Great project managers don't just assign tasks, they help teams see the coordination flow. They use tools like journey maps. Who starts, who transitions, who closes? Importantly, they identify cognitive bottlenecks, places prone to misunderstanding, overlap, or neglect. Clarity, then, is a dynamic process. It requires ongoing listening, adjustment, and reiteration of key points as conditions evolve. No tool can generate clarity automatically. It is cultivated by people who can read relationships and respond sensitively to ambiguity. At its highest form, clarity is organizational intelligence, the ability to simplify the complex and make the important easy to remember and act upon. One of the most harmful misconceptions is treating clarity as something given. In truth, clarity must be co-created through communication, and effective communication cannot exist without trust. When team members fear judgment, hesitate to ask questions, or avoid admitting confusion, even the most detailed workflows will break down. Clarity, therefore, is not just the result of information, but the product of organizational culture. A great manager creates a space where people feel safe to ask, to say, "I'm not sure," or to suggest a different path. It is transparency in leadership behavior, not just documentation, that fosters deep clarity. When leaders explain why decisions are made or share the process behind them, they don't just inform, they build strategic thinking capacity within the team. And that is the difference between someone who manages projects and someone who develops teams. Clarity doesn't make projects easier, but it makes the journey more transparent and sustainable. In real projects, change is inevitable. Client needs shift, resources are reallocated, timelines tighten. In such moments, without initial clarity, chaos ensues. But with shared understanding of goals, collaboration rules, and quality expectations, the team can adapt without constant oversight. This is the power of clarity. It doesn't fix things but provides a flexible frame for adaptation. A high-clarity organization is one that can move fast without crashing. They don't just go faster, they go in the right direction. And this, fundamentally, doesn't come from software, it comes from a shared commitment to mutual understanding and cooperation. A well-managed project isn't one with the most tools, it's one where everyone understands what they're doing, why it matters, and how their work connects to the whole. Clarity isn't embedded in software, it's embedded in how we design processes, communicate, and maintain a shared definition of success. In a world overwhelmed by tools, clarity is a countercultural act, courageous simplification, repeated alignment, and rebuilding from within. That's why clarity is the highest form of leadership. Saying the right thing to the right people at the right time. If you manage projects, try spending less time choosing tools and more time helping your team understand each other. If you believe in sustainable organizational growth, begin with a simple question. Is this clear yet? And if this perspective resonates with you, share it with the next leader you meet. Because cultural change doesn't begin with budgets, it begins with how we clarify what truly matters.